a sunlit world of what he believes to be reality. But there is, unseen by most, an underworld, a place that is just as real, but not as brightly lit. A dark side.
The following contains images of graphic violence. Viewer discretion is advised.
Rex, do you believe in evil? As an idea. Do you believe in the power of darkness? As a superstition. Now there you are wrong. The power of darkness is more than just a superstition. It is a living force which can be tapped at any given moment of the night.
Just 19 and charged with murdering a man, Miranda Barber already risks the death penalty. Now, though, she's reportedly admitted killing a whole host of people across the United States as part of a satanic cult, saying, "When I hit 22, I stopped counting."
The satanic cult in this city has been casting satanic spells on me for 4 days. I'm exhausted. I came home, I found out that my mom was the ringleader, and she was trying to kill my daughter.
Reggae Satanis.
Devil worshipped.
of Mexico's biggest drug lords has been arrested. Joaquin Guzman, better known as El Chapo, was captured in a joint operation between Mexican Marines and the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency. He is the alleged head of the Sinaloa cartel. El Chapo is wanted in the U.S. on federal drug trafficking charges, and last year was named public enemy number 1 by the Chicago Crime Commission. Police caught up with him at a hotel in Mazatlan, Mexico.
Warning, the songs you are about to hear are intended for mature listening audiences only. If you have a weak mind or heart and don't like words like shit, fuck, or cunt, then please refrain from listening any further.
It's time for some real music. It's showtime! We have seen imitators. We've also seen duplicators. But now, it's time for the originators.
All right, Los Angeles. The capture of Chapo.
El Chapo.
No more white lines for America.
God damn.
Actually, we're lying because you know the CIA is behind that.
I know, man. Come on, let's be real.
All right. You know what time it is, Los Angeles and the rest of the world?
It's not white lines time, I can tell you that much.
No, not for me. I can't indulge in that anymore. Unless I want to slow.
I bet you all those fucks at the Man of War show were pretty disappointed.
I can't get all coked out.
After paying $100.
You know what? Don't get me started on that. Let me get the introduction.
Let's get this.
All right, Los Angeles and the rest of the... I can't believe you paid $100 to go see a bunch of dudes in fucking fur underwear. You're out of your fucking minds. All right. You're listening to the very Medic Jimmy Camp Show. America, you better fucking hold your white lines because there might be a shortage for a while.
Cocaine is America's cup of coffee, ese.
Let me introduce to you the one, the only, the very fucking interesting Lost Johnny. How
It's
you
good
doing?
to be here.
Are our sound effects working?
No, that was actually my voice.
All right. How you doing there, Lost
I'm
Johnny?
pretty good, dude. Sunday afternoon. It's lovely, dry as fuck here as our droughted California weather is right now. Pretty bad.
How do you feel about the capture of Chapo Guzman?
I'm kind of ambivalent about it. I mean, it's just one of those, it's like Saddam Hussein. You got to find someone. They're going to put him on a, pedestal, like, look who we got.
You know what really bothers me?
And then you can still buy Coke somewhere down the street from here.
Oh,
so
dude.
it's not even an issue.
You know what? That's
irrelevant.
That's just the whole propaganda to...
It's PR.
To make you think that shit's happening. There's trust me, the whole fucking system within the United States and Mexico are catered around drug trafficking. But what bothers me is the fact that in the media they're portraying it as DEA and Mexico Marine Task Force.
Oh, my God.
When in reality, you have black special ops that are... I've been saying this for fucking months.
I know.
By the way, if the MTA bus on the way home blows up, it wasn't an accident. And Salvador and Mike, you're going with me. But, you know, it's seriousness. I was telling Salvador and Mike this before we started, okay? Because, you know, he's been literally portrayed as, like you mentioned, like Osama bin Laden, you know, hiding out in the jungle somewhere with an army. Listen, the guy's smart. He knew what was going on. There were special ops, American special ops, out there hunting him.
Yeah.
Okay? For him to be captured in a hotel?
Come on.
Because he knew his days were numbered, bro. You know what I mean? You get some fucking C-12 fucking sniper on you. They've been taking him out for like the last couple of months. That's the real American war in Mexico. But you know why they do that?
They're not going to send the U.S. Marshals in there. They're not going to send the fucking Border Patrol. I mean, come on. Let's be real.
It's just it's like the way the game plays in all the neighborhoods. When you get too big, the real boss comes in and checks you, and they bring in another humble fucker because that flow ain't stopping. So, you know what I mean?
Like I said, cocaine is America's cup of coffee. As noted in Blood and Blood Out, Bound by Honor. One of my all-time favorite movies.
You know, this whole week has been very, very troubling. I say that every fucking Sunday. But no, really.
I mean, dude, you got to think the stuff that's going on in Ukraine.
There's revolution is all over the world.
Venezuela. Shit's going down, man.
It's going down for reals. Venezuela, you know, they're fucking getting up. They're showing the example. No one gives a fuck here in the United States. All they want to do is bitch and complain.
Oh, the Olympics are on. Oh, shit's going down in Russia, too. So,
you know what was funny, though? On Friday, I was hanging out with my significant other, and we were watching the gold medal, you know, presentation. And, you know, I forgot who that... Can someone punch up who that chick's... Again, Mikey's like, I don't know how to type. I don't know. I'm a computer.
What sport?
The chick that got the gold medal, man. I'll bring it up. The only thing that was funny is I was hanging out with Iron Mike at our own location.
Yeah.
And the live feed, you could see a mean herpes cold sore. Hands off, Jenny. Did you happen to watch that? No? She's like, fuck no, I have a life.
Yeah.
Dude, they're giving her the gold medal, and on her lip, she's got this huge, super fucking herpes cold sore. I'll get back to you and tell you who this fucking young lady was. You know, but I thought that was fucking really
That sounds
funny.
like a figure skater or something like that.
She sucked some wrong dick in her day.
I know. It's Russia. It's a dirty spot.
All right. No, she was an American. She was an American, you know. But anyways.
Whatever.
It was really sad because, how do you pronounce this? I might mispronounce this. Bob Casale?
Casal.
From Devo.
Devo.
Dude.
Bummer.
Can we play some Devo there in remembrance? I mean, it's just tragic, dude. I know we're at that age where these type of figures that we grew up with and that we bond with and we recognize with. But at 61,
I know, man.
I'm fucking 43. That's not that far off, man.
I mean, you got to think Joey Ramone, Johnny, they barely made it to 50.
Yeah, that was a real bummer, man.
Sucks, man. I was lucky enough to see, well, the one and only time I saw Devo was when they played Freedom of Speech in its entirety. That was fucking cool, man.
And I noticed you didn't invite me to that.
Because I cannot afford another ticket.
Yeah. Do we have any Devo? Can we play that? Just the fact that he passed away at 61, and I believe it was heart failure.
Yep.
Jesus. You know, the capture of Chapo Guzman and the death of Bob Casale, I mean, if there is a God in the sky, he's just really making it clear. Jimmy Cabs, fuck you. Your gagging days are officially over.
You're done.
I had someone over. By the way, I appreciate the gesture. I had someone close to me give me some social Peruvian fucking devil's dandruff,
Sure.
you know? Thinking, because, you know, obviously they're unaware that I no longer partake in that activity. By the way, I hold very monumental gold medals in that sport. From 1986 to 2005. But anyway.
He did a triple Lundy.
But when they gave me that, I'm like, dude, you know, I don't gag anymore. You out of your fucking mind? Like, I at this age, I can have a stroke and be talking like Salvador Mike, and that ain't going to be happening.
No.
So, you know, it's sad. We wish, obviously, the Casale family. We send them our best regards. I love Debo, man. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
And it's unfortunate because the drummer that we're hearing now, he passed away about a year ago, too. So
Cancer, right?
Yeah, the original drummer from Devo.
Ugh.
Sad, dude.
It's crazy. There's a lot of disturbing stuff that's happened this week. Obviously, everybody's talking about the serial killer in Pennsylvania. Chester Farnsworth, what's going on over there in your homeland? Hey, what's happening in Pennsylvania? This is very interesting.
Freak show.
This individual, along with her husband, they would place an ad in Craigslist. See, you know what? I was having a very, very intimate conversation with somebody about, how now I'm involved and I'm actually being mature in the relationship that I'm in.
Yep.
But when I was fucking around, I never went on Craigslist to look for pussy. Like, dude, who does that?
Tony.
Chester. Well, you know what? This is a warning for all of you that want to find love on Craigslist. Apparently, this couple, they would place an ad that the chick was looking to fuck, and then you show up and you meet her, and then they kill you.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, I think we have like a news feed of that. Let's play it, Jetty.
Just 19 and charged with murdering a man, Miranda Barber already risks the death penalty. Now, though, she's reportedly admitted killing a whole host of people across the United States as part of a satanic cult, saying, "When I hit 22, I stopped counting." Psychiatric tests are to be carried out on Barber and her husband, Elliot, who's jointly charged with murdering the man in Pennsylvania. A local newspaper says in an interview in prison she confessed to a 6-year killing spree.
She was very well-spoken, very mild-mannered, very polite. I mean, she was very polite and very just soft, very soft. And she never hesitated in anything she said.
In December, the couple pleaded not guilty to killing Troy LaFerrara, whose body was found dumped in an alley. Miranda Barber's now reportedly admitted slaying the 42-year-old, who said to have answered a bogus advert she placed online offering sex for $100.
Oh, my God.
Jesus Christ.
Sex for $100. And you end up being fucking brutally murdered. So, again.
Dude, if you're going to go on Craigslist, get a fucking refrigerator. Get those concert tickets. I got my job from Craigslist. Don't get a piece of ass, dude. Come on.
Listen, where do I begin? I mean, have some common sense. Craigslist and trying to fuck. Don't mix. Gonorrhea Tony, don't go on Craigslist. I don't want to see you fucking, chopped up somewhere. Another very disturbing thing that happened this week was here in Los Angeles, for those of you that are not from Southern California and you're freezing your asses off, the sentencing of the two individuals that beat unmercilessly the San Francisco Giants fan.
Brian Stowe.
Yeah. Luis Sanchez and Marvin Norwood. They were sentenced. Judge George Lamel was not only fucking brutal, but as you know, Los Johnny, it's very rare for me to really have any compassion for what's going on. I tend to have a whole narcissistic fuck the world,
Sure.
But I was very moved when this case first arose. The fact that you go to a Dodger game and you get beaten to the point where you're physically damaged.
This guy is, by the way, permanently brain damaged.
Yeah, and there's a lawsuit pending with the prior owners of Dodger Stadium, and I support the family. What's this guy's name?
Brian Stowe.
I support that lawsuit because it's true. These guys, the owners prior to the new ownership, they're out buying all this lavish property and living the life. But meanwhile, they're cutting back on the state. I noticed it. Salvador and Mike resurrected my Dodger fucking fascination with it. But there was that period where I wasn't going to Dodger games. I'm like, fuck no. It's a bunch of hooligans over there.
It's true.
You know what I mean? And here's this poor guy who was a paramedic. He was beaten to death, or almost beaten to death, physically damaged permanently.
Just because he was wearing the other team's jersey.
Yeah, I mean,
let's put that in perspective, people.
I mean, there's a dude from the Razor that as a Giants fan, that even I wouldn't want him to see getting beaten that bad. But heads up, Jenny, play that soundbite, please.
You not only ruined the life of Mr. Stowe, the obvious victim in this matter, but of his children, his spouse, his family, his friends. This, from what I know of Mr. Stowe, he's an individual who was very decent. I mean, that is shown by the line of work he did, and that was a paramedic. He was only trying to help people. One day you're going to be released, and that's probably first and foremost on your mind. When am I getting out? And Mr. Stowe will forever be trapped in the medical condition that you caused him. And only because of the love of his family, he may be able to manage this. It was obvious that he was incapacitated, but yet you continue to hit him on the head and kick him in the head, which tells me, and I can only reach one conclusion from that you're complete cowards. Even now, with your smirks, I'm talking about Mr. Sanchez, not so much about Mr. Norwood. You show no remorse whatsoever. No remorse to the family here. And that is something that is also unfortunate.
Oh, man. Is that brutal? And the fact that the guy's sitting there in front of the family smirking like, whatever, homie.
Whatever, dog.
Whatever, homie. I don't give a fuck. I mean, it's really disturbing. And the fact that we have to live in a society with people like this. And you know what? Let me tell you something. For every one single, I don't even want to say fucking normal, but for every one single decent person, you're surrounded by fucking thousands of fucking animals. And you know where all this stems and all this comes from?
Mexicans.
Salvadorians. No. It comes from the fact that we are losing and disconnecting. We're completely isolating ourselves. We're hiding in our homes. We're letting these animals run free when in reality, all it really takes is for us to really just come back and say, no, if I want to go to a fucking Dodger game, people were watching this guy getting beat and they were just walking right by.
Yeah, like, that sucks for him.
Oh, well, fuck him. I'm going to fucking Sam's Hop Road, look at some tits. This is bullshit. If fucking 50 or 100 or 200 Dodger fans would have pounced on these two motherfuckers, it would have sent the message. And you know what? Maybe this poor guy wouldn't be fucking damaged permanently like
Not
this.
even 200. Two.
Oh, Shawty, you go to Dodger games. You know fucking martial arts. Why don't you jump in there?
I wasn't at the game.
I was eating a hot Dodger dog. Fuck Salvador Mike?
I was in the cheap seats.
Forget it. I seen what you've been smoking lately. You're useless.
Yeah. Actually, I was in the good seats. That's why he got beat up, because he was in this shitty fucking upper deck seats. So
you know what, man? And the fact that people are saying, well, justice was served. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's why, listen, there's a lawsuit pending. I know that there's this huge frenzy of Dodger mania. I am part of it. I'm the poser one, though. I admitted that a couple months ago. But still, you know what? When it comes to court and you're in that jury duty, do the right thing. That's all I got to say. All right. One more last thing that really bothered the fuck out of me. As you know, all three of us here are heterosexuals.
Yes.
Okay, we love vagina. Hands off, Jenny. We love vagina.
Love it.
We love vagina. I love chlamydia.
I love women.
But here's the deal. It's 2014. Okay? Not only, and we're living in the United States of America, all right? I'm born and raised here, so don't give me none of this fucking illegal alien backlash shit, okay? I'm an American citizen. For those of you that know me personally, you know how involved I've been and how, in some retrospects, I'm actually a hero, but not to make it about me, which I always end up doing.
No.
Here's the deal.
Get out of here.
We have a constitution, okay? We have amendments that give us the freedom. This is why the world...
Inalienable rights.
Right. Okay?
Inalienable.
And I've been ranting and raving that we've been, been asleep at the wheel and that they're slowly eroding. But in Arizona, there's legislation where they want, if it passes, and it's disguised under the religion. So I don't like cock. So Charlie Ziegler tried stop fucking sending me flattering messages. But anyways, I don't like penis, but I don't have anything against. If you like to suck cock in the privacy of your home, if you like to lick vagina, same-sex vagina,
who cares?
Who cares? It's 2014. If you're a Jesus Christ God, you know what? More power to you, but keep it in your home.
Yeah.
Keep it in your own little net. Don't.
It's not like you see straight people fucking in the streets.
How can I be the voice of reason, Lost Jotty?
That is frightening.
How is that possible?
Frightening.
What is going on with Arizona? First of all, you and I knew that something was up in Arizona in that water when we were dealing with that other station.
Yes.
Where that guy over there.
Oh, my God.
I think it's the heat.
It's the heat. It's just so dry. It's the desert. I mean, they still have that kind of Wild West mentality. Super conservative. I don't know. It's between Arizona, Florida, and Texas. They're just the shittiest states in the country.
Wow.
In terms of, like, everything wrong with progress.
Hey, you know what? Hands up, Jenny. Play that soundbite, please. This is disturbing.
Explain your biggest fear about this law, or this bill, if it passes.
Well,
let there be no doubt about what this bill does. It's going to allow people to discriminate against the gay community in Arizona. It goes after unprotected classes of people, and we all know that the biggest unprotected class of people in this state is the LGBT community. And the supporters of this bill, the Republicans on the floor yesterday, admitted as much. And if we were having this conversation in regard to African Americans or women, there would be outrage across the country about this. But right now, this is targeted towards the gay community, and the far right views that as okay, and it's simply not acceptable.
It is not acceptable.
Unacceptable.
In Afghanistan, there are troops that are under fire. We have fucking a captive that's been there since 2009. And let's also mention the canine. Hundreds and thousands, the hundreds of soldiers have been killed. Thousands have been wounded.
They're coming back maimed and fucked up for
we are
life.
supposed to be the leaders of the free world. We're supposed to have this moral attitude where this type of shit does not happen. If Jesus Christ tells you that fags should die, then there's something wrong with that because you're supposed to love everyone.
Love your brother.
This is ridiculous.
Not literally.
The separation of church and state. I am not a homosexual. I may look like it. I may act like it, but I am not. Listen, there is no reason for you to interpret what your own beliefs are into law because it wasn't that long ago, Lost Johnny, that they were saying the same thing about blacks.
Very true.
Okay. That doesn't exist no more. Now there's legal repercussions where if you feel that way and you bring that into society, you're going to lose your fucking house.
And I'm going to gain a house.
Okay. Now here's the deal. Why is it that it's okay to bash on gays? It's not. Okay. We're back in the 50s, man, with the civil rights. I don't suck cock, but still, if you like to do that, more power to you.
Have at it.
You know what I mean? So Arizona.
Get with the times.
What the fuck, dude?
Get with the times.
You know, stop cranking the fucking Motley Crue over there.
Stop making crank.
And fucking wear a hat because obviously the fucking sunlight is affecting you over there. The heat is just getting to you. Drink some water. Hydrate.
Yeah.
You're out of control. For my Rainbow Warrior brothers,
stay strong.
Here's another thing. Just because I support you doesn't mean that I want your penis in me. So don't tell me how you want to have me fart in your mouth too, because that's part of the problem.
Let's digress, counselor. We played some songs, and one of them I'm a big fan of, Bong Ripper. Oh, I love that record. Satan's Worshipping. The name of that song is called Satan. Not too far from the mark.
Let me say this real quick. We dedicate that to our own Chester Farnsworth because he's actually going to go and see Bong Ripper.
Ooh, I'm kind of jealous.
Very nice, right?
Yeah. After that, we heard Brujeria from Matando Güeros, Narcos Satánicos. I love that record. I never get tired of listening to it. I'm pretty sure that was shout out to our friend El Chapo.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't care what anybody says. El Chapo is still intelligent. It's better to be arrested and be alive than to be taken out by a fucking sniper bullet.
That's right. Hello, Christopher Dornan.
Yeah. All right. Hands off, Jenny. Let's get into some music. Hit it.
Taking flight as the
devil.
It's your sacred duty to tell us the truth. Name just one of your accomplices and the executioner will stop the torture. Confess that you've been guilty of witchcraft.
Deputies say Nichols' mother was stabbed in the neck, chest, and stomach and was rushed to the hospital for surgery.
When I left, she was still breathing.
Well, that's good.
I stabbed her 3 times, and she should have died. She was still breathing, and I don't know what happened to her afterwards, and I don't know where they took her or what exactly happened, but she was the Antichrist. She did not die.
unlimited supply of misinformation is Mr. Know-It-All.
All right. You know, I got to tell you, there's nothing more inspiring and so, just the bond of the professionalism of my staff that I have. Boss Johnny, have you dissected that burrito?
I'm almost there.
All right. Well, when you get a chance, can you please... Oh, my God. What did we listen to while you fucking go through your molars with that fucking
We started the
vegan
set
burrito?
with Judas Priest, man. You got another thing coming.
You know what? We're dedicating that to the Arizona legislator that is trying to pass those fucking bills, those anti-gay bills.
Mind you, also, Rob Halford is a resident of Arizona.
Is he really?
He's been living in Phoenix for a long time.
Listen, man, I got to tell you, even though when he first announced that he was homosexual, I was somewhat traumatized because I don't know. I think I shared with you.
You did share with me.
At the age of 8 years old, I had like a cute little leather Freddie Mercury hat, and I was, but it was metal then.
Yep.
It was metal then. But anyways, you know what? For those of you in Arizona, raise up, get the fuck up, and really
ram it down.
Have you noticed how, just to defer a little bit, have you noticed that when he announced that he was a homosexual, all those titles and all those songs took like a whole different turn?
No, it actually came into better context.
From desert plains, I give you love. Can you picture two gay dudes fucking in the desert?
Just the song Jawbreaker. Hello.
All right.
Jawbreaker.
Let's stop.
Dude, Turbo Lover. I mean, we can go on and on. All right.
Screaming for vengeance.
Yeah, Hellbent for Leather. Dude, come on.
All right.
After that, we heard the Wounded Kings from their record Consolmentum. The name of the song is called Lost Bride. After that, we heard Mount Salem, Pretty Cool Times. The name of the song is called Good Times from their record Endless. After that, we heard Grave Hill, Open Their Throats, speaking of gay, from their record Death Curse. And we ended the set with the song Draconian Rage from Down Among the Dead Men.
All right. That band right there features the vocalist of Boat Thrower. That's out now on Metal Blade Records. This is let me be very clear on this. This new Grave Hill record, I really, really dig it. Surprisingly. Because you know how I feel about Mike Abominator sometimes, depending on my bipolarism.
Yeah.
But it's fantastic. This is going to be out on Dark Descents September. Wow.
We got to wait for that one.
Well, you know, for those of you in the underground, you're going to get your hands on that. Mount Salem, that's a fantastic band. That's coming out on Metal Blade March 2014. So make sure you go out and get it out. And as I mentioned last week, the Wounded Kings, an amazing fucking band, which gets the endorsement from Thomas G. Warrior.
Ooh.
That's coming out February 25th on Candlelight Records.
Oh, my.
All right. Ryan Avery from Midnight Collective is here, formerly of Ear Splitters. How you doing there, Ryan?
I'm good, man. Good to be here.
Well, as you were here prior, as we mentioned, not only do we really appreciate and love what you do, you're a local promoter here in Los Angeles. What I like to say, one of a few. There's a handful of really credible promoters that I feel here in Los Angeles in the underground scene that really go out of their way to really bring to the unappreciative masses some amazing fucking shows. But you have a loyal following, and I'm part of that. And I appreciate what you do. And you really just expanded to a whole new level when you went from Ear Splitters, not to be confused with the PR company in New York, and you did Midnight Collective. How is that going?
It's good, man. You know, we've released a couple records already this year, some tapes, more stuff coming. Get into some other cool stuff. Put out a music video for a band called Fight Amp from Philly. Came out real cool. Working on our website. Should be up pretty, in a month or so. Hopefully it'll be a nice little landing spot for LA like I talked about last time. So,
you know, let me commend you real quick, as I did the last time you were here. It's promoters like yourself that really go out of the way to break the norm of the underground. Let me explain. In the underground, there's a certain amount of people that think that they're in the underground and that they're a part of it. And they're really not. It's a whole PR, so-called independent record label. It's all fucking poser shit. There's a real underground underneath the so-called underground. And that's where you lie, man. You bring new bands to Los Angeles. I'm speaking for myself. You have turned me on to some amazing fucking bands. You bring them here to LA. There's no financial reward. The fact that you're doing that, I commend you very much, because what I like the most is that you're doing it from the fucking heart. You're sincere. You're a music fan, and you're trying to turn on other people to new music, and I dig that, man.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the show that's coming up.
Yeah, next Friday it's going to be Shroud Eater and Orb Weaver out of Florida. 2 killer bands, and on, both in the heavy realm, but you got Orb Weaver, they're like kind of like a cool technical experimental metal band, and then you have Shroud Eater, who are just guttural, sludgy stoner rock, and it's killer combo. Playing with Lightning Swords of Death, local,
amazing band.
Yeah, local heroes here, great to watch. And then Ancient Altar.
I really like this band. This is what I like about you and what you do. You also bring and invite fledgling new bands.
Oh yeah, well, the 2 dudes in that band were in a band called Iron Mountain, who are a very psychedelic stoner instrumental group, and now they mixed up the members a little bit. Got 2 of those guys making new music with vocals and really heavy, but still a couple elements of psychedelic, which is really sludgy and awesome. And I don't know if you're playing one of their tracks today or not, but
I am actually.
Awesome.
I love Ancient Altar.
Oh man, and they just finished their album, which I'm going to be releasing with them.
Is there any way you could Is there any way you could flow that to me?
Oh, when they finish, I think they're sending off to mastering with James Plotkin pretty quick here, and getting the artwork done and stuff. But it's I got to hear a little preview of that, and it's killer.
Let me ask you this, and I'm being very sincere. I get inundated every day by music.
Yeah.
By bands submitting locally and nationally.
Oh, I'm sure, man. Radio show.
Every day. It's actually, it goes to show you, and I'm being sincere, it goes to show you really how mentally damaged I am and how unprofessional I am. Because I vent the frustration. 98% of the submissions that I get are bands that are unoriginal, uncreative, boring, poser, and they're supposed to be underground bands. Right. This is why when I find a band that really in my criteria, and you know what, let me go even further, because I don't want to sound hateful and negative. If you have the balls to be creative and form a band and write music, you know what, don't listen to what I say, even though I've been in the scene 30 years and I think I know what's up and people follow me. But still, don't listen to anybody. Do your thing. You know what I mean? Because there are so many bands that have proven the so-called critic wrong and have gone global successfully. But for me, I've always been an underground guy. This is where I dwell. Like, I'm the high seniority underground guy. And if you're claiming to be underground, I can pretty much point you out, especially here in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. What I admire about you is the professionalism that you have. I never see you vent or talk shit about the shitty bands that want to play your shows. I never see you talk shit. I mean, how do you do with that? What are you doing yoga?
You looking for pointers here? What's going on?
Yeah, because as you can see, I'm wearing a fuck Jimmy Cap shirt.
Man, that guy. But
he's a dick.
Yeah, total jerk off.
You know how uncomfortable it is when you go to a show and like 95% of the people are looking at you like a dick?
I don't know what that's like, but
I know. So how do you deal with that? Because your shows always, to get back to you, your shows always have not only the credibility factor, but they also have the real genuine underground vibe to it. Like, I've never seen a failure show where I'm going, why is Ryan fucking backing this band? Every band that you've brought to Los Angeles, every local band that you've put on the bill, truly underground.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
I'm being sincere.
Yeah.
Fuck Jimmy Cabs, though.
and I mean, that's what it is. For me, this is a passion pursuit. Like you said, I have a full-time gig, and
Are they hiring over there?
Yeah. Oh man, you're just piggybacking me to death over here. But yeah. So any of these shows, I have limited availability to do these things, and I have a certain level of involvement and effort that I want to put into something, because if I put my stamp on it, I really have to. I have to have my heart and soul in there,
Do you do it as a fan,
yes,
as a music fan, or
exactly.
do you do it as a promoter?
No, I do it as, and I jokingly say this, but I'm fairly serious when I say it's kind of a selfish endeavor. I mean, when I book these shows, I really want to see these bands, and I want to see them and experience them in the way that I ideally would want to experience them. And then when I do those things, my hope is that some other people enjoy that, and they see, and they're like, oh wow, there's like cool memorabilia from the show that this guy got these cool artists together and made these prints, and the bands are playing and they're super killer, and some of them have visuals or their performance value to a certain extent, like whatever, because like Lightning Storage, they got the whole look and feel to their band, and there's just a lot that goes into that, and giving them the right platform to do it on, so people can actually watch these bands who are great bands, but not have to see them necessarily where they can't flourish in their sound and performance. Like they have the right grounds to break out.
I've been talking shit lately here, openly and off the record. Yeah, no, really. I've been saying that, like all of a sudden there's like an abundance. All these fucking promoters have popped up. I mean, I've been around 30 years, like I mentioned. And I've seen this influx come and go. But all of a sudden, like within these last 3 to 4 years, Lost Johnny, you go out as much as I do. All these promoters have popped up, right? Sure. And you can just really, they've saturated the scene to the point where it's like frustrating, ridiculous, because you can just see the the unprofessional, immature,
sloppy,
self-centered. They just want to get the dough. I mean, even when they announce, like, hey, I'm having a show, anybody wants to play, it just goes to show you, like, no one gives a fuck about the bill. A lot of times when you go to these shows, and maybe there's, like, one band you want to go see, they're not running on time, everything's all lax, everything's all fucked up.
Right.
And what it really does is it gives a bad name to Los Angeles and credible, real, sincere, honest promoters like yourselves. And there's others I could mention. You know what I mean? It really fucks up the pool. Would you agree with that?
I mean,
you're a nice guy. You don't want to comment. You don't have to.
No, it's not that. I feel, and even to myself, when I first started doing it, man, I mean, I probably was lumped in that category.
No, you weren't. I've been following you for a long time.
Well, and
because you care.
Yeah, but my professionalism has had to grow over the years, because at first I didn't step into this because I necessarily wanted to start doing shows. I just saw the need for it. These bands that were coming through didn't have anywhere to go, nothing to do, and it was a learning process, and some of these people, I mean, I don't know, like you said, a lot of them are new, and I'll give them the benefit of the doubt that they're just still learning. And it takes time. It takes a lot of time, man. And some people are quick studies, some aren't, and it's just going to take a lot of trial and error.
Or what? Is this guy amazing?
He's on the ball, man.
This is why I love fucking the Midnight Collective. That's, you know what? That's very nice of you to say, man. It really is. I hate when I see promoters that are just out to make a quick buck, burn locations. Okay.
That's frustrating.
Give a platform to a bunch of motherfuckers that have no respect for the stage, and then claim it as LA Underground.
Yeah.
All right. Bring in a bad element where, in some cases, law enforcement has to intercede and people are hurt. I mean, that's the type of shit that I hate.
Well, yeah.
And it really fucks up the handful that I mean, if I really wanted to name them, I would, but I won't, because I don't want anybody to get hurt. The few credible promoters that really go out of the way. This is why everybody should, Friday, February 28th, especially after this whole Manowar craze, $100, you're out of your fucking minds. February 28th, the Complex. I love the Complex.
Love that place.
No, seriously.
The sound there is like, you should, I mean, it's for a place that Manowar would play, for that kind of capacity of audience, Like
no, those dudes are trying to cash in.
I just mean like it's a venue that, the sound system is so killer. You would think that it's like $100 for a show there, and there's going to be 1,000 people that could fit in this place, but it's a little less than 200 capacity. And it's a few bucks to see killer bands in probably the best sound setting you could ever want to see a band in.
This is a must. For those of you that claim to be truly underground, for those of you that think that you're underground, you know what? I'm not going to fucking be a dick. Everybody should congregate February 28th, the Complex. Shroud Eater. Is this their first Southern California appearance?
Yes. Shroud Eater and Orb Weaver have never been past central United States. I mean, this is a big deal for them. And I helped them set up this tour. And because, I want to see them get the fuck over here.
Right. This is amazing. Shroud Eater. How do you pronounce that? Orb Weaver?
Yeah, Orb Weaver.
The Lightning Swords of Death. For those of you in Los Angeles, I should not even have to give a speech on this. This is one of the real, truly impeccable black metal Los Angeles bands, and Ancient Altar. This is their first show, correct?
Yes.
Amazing.
It's their first appearance, and it is going to be one for the books.
Absolutely, man. Make sure you get out February 28th. Are we giving away a pair of tickets for this?
Yes, you are.
All right. You know what? Let's do it now because these Tecates are kicking in. And that Arizona thing that legislation is really bothering the fuck out. All right. February 28th, the Complex, Shroud Eater, and Orb Weaver. This is their first Southern California appearance. Let's all come out from under our rocks and really show our true underground isms. Let's also welcome back our own fucking local heroes, Lightning Swords of Death, and let's support the first show ever of Ancient Altar. I love Ancient Altar. This features, as you mentioned, prior members from Iron Mountain. So for those of you in the scene, you know this is going to be good. It actually is really good. I'm giving away a pair of tickets right now. Send me a message on Jimmy. Listen very closely. Send me a Facebook inbox message on Jimmy Cabs on Facebook. Don't text me. Don't email me. Don't come to my house. I know, it's disturbing. But I have a 40 caliber Sig Sauer, so I'm cool. All right. Send me an inbox message. We're giving away a pair of tickets right now. All right, let's get into some music. This band is a band that you are a part of. And this is a split that I really, really enjoy. This is your band Pigeon Wing.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Let's play this, and then we'll talk a little bit about Pigeon Wing.
Awesome.
Hands off, Jenny. Hit it. That's a really good example right there of some true, genuine underground music.
The heaviest of the heavy, man.
Lost Johnny, what did we hear?
The heaviest of the heavy.
No, we just heard Trapped Within Burning Machinery. The name of that song is called Drug Hammer, and it fucking felt like it, kids. Heavy, heavy shit. That's from a split with Bone Grease.
Pigeon Wing.
Pigeon Wing. That's the name of the song.
God.
Why are you fucking me up, dude?
I love Lost Johnny.
Why are you fucking me up? Well, I've named the song, so fucking there it is.
Pigeon Wing, Bone Grease, correct?
Yeah.
And that features our very good friend here from Midnight Collective, Ryan Avery. Which, again, expressing his other creative side. How long has Pigeon Wing been around?
I think we're closing in on almost 4 years this year.
Oh, what a trip, man. So you not only do you have the time to book these shows and extensive tours and bring these credible, real underground shows, but you also play in a band?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you do that, man?
It is very, very difficult supporting everyone else's band and trying to support my own.
You know what? You get everybody, give this guy a hand.
Putting the work in, kids.
All right, here's the deal.
And you can tell too, if you look back on it, I try not to prioritize myself over any other band either.
No. You know what?
I find that a very horrible thing to do.
I don't want to separate you from the very few promoters, very few credible promoters that I endorse and support. But what I like about you the most, aside from you being a real, genuine human being and having good having good musical taste, is the fact that you really genuinely care about the audience that goes to your shows. You keep your prices reasonable. You find great venues. Okay, you're not just having shows anywhere. You find great, comfortable venues that are not only economically, accessible to your audience, and then you really take the time to book very good, genuine underground shows of all formats.
Yep.
This is why you get to see a little approval from Jimmy.
Thank you, man.
All right, Riverside, February 25th, the very first ever Southern California appearance of Shroud Eater, Orb Weaver, and then, of course, this band is amazing. You just heard that split, which is with Pigeon Wing, Trapped Within Burning Machinery. This is a fantastic band from Moreno Valley.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, the great musicians, truly underground. They're out there on their own. They don't participate in fucking that sport that is known out there. This is a great fucking band. And then here's the clincher. The Death Kings are also on this. I love the Death Kings.
Boom.
Okay, so for those of you that are adventurous, get your ass off to Riverside. For those of you that are in that county, there's no reason to miss this. This is at Kim's Sports Bar. I've actually been to this place. It's so awesome.
Oh, yeah.
It really is. It's like a fucking bar. You get a burger, and then there's like great music. Right? It's like truly underground.
Oh, yeah. It's cool, man. And they're right there on the floor.
And here's the deal. Riverside has a upcoming underground scene, man.
Yep.
There's people out there.
Oh, yeah. Those Trapped guys, man, they're putting in work because they want bands to want to go back out there. Because once upon a time, that place used to have a few venues, and there used to be rad bands that played out at Showcase Theater, for example, all the time.
Well,
rad bands.
You know what? That name rings a bell.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to go out to this show. Shroud Eater, Orb Weaver, Trapped Within Burning Machinery, the Death Kings. This is going to be at Kim's Sports Bar and Grill in Riverside. Make sure you get your asses out there. This is a great bill. Now, let me mention this, because let's not forget. For those of you in Southern California that don't like to venture out to the wasteland, the Complex in Glendale, Shroud Eater, Orb Weaver, this is amazing right here in itself. The Lightning Swords of Death, which we're going to get to in a minute. They're out there waiting. I love this fucking band. And also Ancient Altar. This is also a Midnight Collective show. We just announced a pair of tickets for free. Send a message to me, Cabs, on Facebook. Inbox it. Don't text me. Don't come to my fucking house. Don't call my mom. This is how you get a pair of tickets. This is a great show right there, man. What more can you say?
Proof is in the pudding right there.
Proof is in the pudding, man. I mean, literally. Lightning Swords of Death are playing this show. This is an amazing band here locally from Southern California, which I love these guys, but just the fact that they're still criminally underrated. Why aren't these guys on the Maryland Death Fest? They released an album on Metal Blade called Baphometic
Chaosium.
Amazing. It was on our top 10.
Both of our top 10 lists.
Of 2013.
That's right.
Let's get into it. Let's talk to these cats. Hands up, Jenny. Hit it.
I'm going to give the people what they want. Sensation, horror, shock. Send them out in the streets to tell their friends how wonderful it is to be scared to death.
But Nichols is convinced she did everyone a favor.
She had symbolic representations of my death, my daughter's death, every nuclear explosion that was supposed to happen that's not going to now. Because all of the satanic cult has been rounded up and killed now.
You better say your prayers, you flea-bitten varmint!
right, Lost Johnny. First of all, the lightning swords of death are here. Yeah, let's give it up for the real deal in American black metal.
The opinions in this room are a-flying.
Oh, we're going to get into it. But real quick.
You might want to buckle up, kids. It's going to get raw in a couple minutes.
Lost Johnny. What do we hear?
Ooh, we started the set properly with our guest here, Lightning Swords of Death from the record Baphometic Chaosium, the song of the same name. After that, we heard a new song for my ears, Behexen. I'm going to try and say this slow and not fuck it up. Wrathful Dragon, ha ha. From the record Nightside Emanations. Interesting title. After that, we heard Iconophobos, one of our favorite bands, Jimmy Cabs, Harbingers of Ruin. After that, we ended the set with Zeit und Zeit with the song Parabellum. Oh, yes.
Those are some great bands that are going to be playing for Signature Riff. They're playing a festival out there, which I'll be talking about in a bit. But I want to get right into my guests here. The Lightning Swords of Death. Obviously, you're going to be playing the Midnight Collective show that we discussed. But real quick, we were talking amongst ourselves during the break there.
Mm-hmm. Some jibber-jabbing.
Let's get into it. And let me give my opinion before we get into it. I think that in America, the underground American black metal scene has been stagnant, somewhat boring, somewhat non-creative, non-credible for a while. And that to the point where it has become repulsive to me, being an underground guy. And then, lo and behold, there's a few bands, which happens in every genre. It happens every decade. There are a few bands that rebel and truly come to their own and really bring out what the true integrity of being underground and rebellious and subversive is. And they rebel against the whole, what is supposed to be cool and rebellious. They do the opposite. They follow to be honest, they follow the true satanic principle of fuck everybody. This is what we do.
Mm-hmm.
I have been fortunate and I feel very privileged to have this relationship with you. First of all, let's introduce the Lightning Swords of Death.
I'm Farron. This is Menno and Inverted Chris.
Inverted Chris. I like that.
Howdy.
You've been on my show prior in another station. This is the first time that you've been on the Very Manic Jimmy Cab show here at Skidrow Studios. So
Thanks
welcome.
Let's give them
Thanks
for having us on.
One of the things that I really admire and I respect about your band, as I mentioned before, is you follow your own philosophy, your own creed. You've separated, even not only here in Los Angeles in the so-called underground black metal scene, nationwide. I would say you guys are literally the MC5 of the American black metal scene. And I say that sincerely. And let me elaborate. You don't follow trends. You don't give a fuck about the clique. You do your own thing. And this is why this disturbs me so much. There's a festival here in the United States called the Maryland Death Fest, which is bordering similar to what Europe has in abundance. Different types of festival. Mm-hmm. This is a credible festival here in the United States. They've had some amazing shows. True. But as I've asked you in our own personal conversations, why is it that you are not on this festival? I find it disturbing that you're slighted. I find it disturbing and offensive because the festival, the principle is to bring in true underground American and international acts. What the fuck? You're on a major label. You're on Metal Blade.
It is strange, isn't it?
Let's commence the conversation.
I don't think I haven't been perhaps aggressive in pursuing the fest just because they had a whole thing with send us your demo or your CD and a picture of the band. I just remember years ago when I first started thinking about maybe we should play Maryland Death Fest. I went to their website and I never did any of that because I don't like to fucking do that. And then we got a manager and I'm like, hey, you do that. But we never heard from them. And I kind of let it go. And I had suggested a couple times to our manager, I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Why aren't we playing the Maryland Death Fest? Like,
right,
all of our friends are there. And it's
let's be honest here, Farron. I mean, you guys are not seeking any form of publicity type events. You guys are very confident underground true musicians, that you do your thing, you don't give a fuck. But at the same time, this is a credible festival. I can't bash it. I mean, it's a credible. They have amazing
they have
shows.
Some of the best bands.
And you should be a part of that, though. And you know that those guys are truly underground guys. They know what's up with music. You know what I mean? So, I mean, why are you not a part of that?
I don't know. I think I might. Maybe they've got a beef with us. I have no idea. Like, it's a very strange.
We piss in their cornflakes.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I told you not to piss in anyone's cornflakes.
It's hey, don't try it.
Don't knock it
until you try it. You know, it might be the missing ingredient. There's a little urine in your Krispies.
I mean, you've been affiliated with that festival on other levels.
Jimmy. When we started Lightning Swords of Death, like before even these guys were in it, like black metal hadn't become something that Vice fucking hipster magazine was like, you know, making ironic statements about. It was still something where it's like, oh, we're going to play black metal. We're probably not going to play live. We're probably going to alienate most of the audience, and we're just going to spew our concepts about the occult and hatred. And we're doing it for us. So the idea of playing festivals, the idea of being on a label, the idea of doing any of that shit was never on the fucking menu to begin with. It was more a personal thing. Our art comes out in that, with that voice. And if you're going to call it black metal, that's what it is. But that was the best platform for our creativity. So years go by, and all of a sudden, you know, you can kind of be a fucking touring black metal band, which is something that we didn't expect. And weird things happened, and we got a lot of opportunities, and a lot of fucking cool stuff happened with the band. So getting like angry or like feeling like there's some kind of fucking conspiracy against your band wasn't really part of our modus operandi. We were just like, can't even believe we're like put out 3 records with this band.
Yeah, you know, and I don't want to make it seem like there's like this whole bitter thing, because I know you guys really don't care about that. But for me, and the reason why I approached you, because obviously you know the premise of the show. I am the extreme, true underground guy.
Yes.
You know, I bring out the shit that PR people hate. To me, I find it offensive in some degree, whether they're doing it deliberately or not. You know, if you're going to have a festival that really advocates true underground extreme music, I mean, there's no reason why you guys should have been excluded.
Oh, they ship out people from across the pond, and we're a hardworking American band, a metal band.
Very hardworking.
And we've got a lot of releases, and, you know, we tour every year, and they've chosen to ignore us without any real excuse. Our manager talked to, I guess, Ryan is his name.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? And he was like, "Oh yeah, Lightning Swords. Well, I don't know. We'll see if we have a room on them." And I mean, I think it comes down to like, I just don't think they like us.
Well, you know,
which is fine, because I don't give a fuck who likes my band. I know, right? I've done art. This part wasn't on the radio, but yeah, I've done art for several posters for that show. But he like. Being in the performing this kind of music, it goes with it. You don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. And if he doesn't get it, or if he doesn't think that we're important enough to be on his fucking trendy fucking festival, then he can go fuck himself.
Oh, it's a good festival.
It's a good festival, but metal, dude, you guys, I'm a brother of metal and I love it, but
I love your honesty, man. I really do.
Trendy as fuck.
Let me go even further.
It's so trendy. Do you know that because we're called Lightning Swords of Death, I didn't want to name the band Nefmal. We are called Nefmal. We're from Los Angeles. We're not writing lyrics in dead languages. We're not trying to be Norwegian at all. We don't give a fuck about sounding like we're from Sweden. We're a bunch of guys that grew up listening to fucking angsty punk rock, and it turned into a love for fucking black metal. And we've never started this band to show our worship for mayhem or a worship for fucking Darkthrone.
Oh, followers don't make
are
good
great
music.
bands. Yeah. There's plenty of people copying people, but we just did this because this is what comes out of us.
Well, this is why you guys were on my radar. Not recently. I mean, as you know, we've had this relationship. We've discussed this on the prior show. I mean, this is why you got on my radar, because I admire. There's very few bands like yourself, which, let's mention a couple of them, like, Ritual Combat, Valdor, etc.
Valdor.
Great guys that follow their own path creatively and the philosophy of it. And this is what truly keeps the American black metal scene alive, because there are so many repetitive, boring, copycat, cookie cutter. I mean, barely now the whole Panda fucking makeup thing is dying.
Angry Panda. Thank God for that.
Why is that? Why is that? Because it's bands like yourselves that come up and play and express what the true meaning of aggressive. I don't want to use black metal. I just want the true aggressive extreme music, the true artistic factor of it, the true independence of it. And for me, this is what I appreciate. We talked about the Maryland Death Fest. You said it perfectly. You know what? We don't need it because you've been doing your own thing independently. And you know what? Real artists, that's what they do. Let me ask you this, though. You released an incredible record. Johnny, help me with the pronunciation.
Baphometic Chaosium.
Well done.
That's correct.
You released an incredible video, the same title.
Thanks.
Very artistic, very, very, very,
It's arresting.
It's like Rod Serling's wet dream.
Wow, that is that man is my my
No,
fucking
seriously,
totem
I'm not
spirit
being a
animal.
smartass.
So yeah, I like that. Thank you.
Dude, Rod Serling would probably jerk off to that video. It's fucking amazing. Artistically,
I could just see him.
Dark art. It encompasses everything. And this is why I find it interesting that amongst my travels or whoever I, conversate with, when I mention the term the lightning swords of death, there's always this whole still till this day, like a fear. Like, oh yeah, they're great, but and I'm like, I interact with these guys all the time. You guys are all fucking genuine music lovers, human beings.
What are they afraid of?
I don't know. Like, what is it? I shared with you the first time that I saw you guys.
I'm afraid the fact that Mano drinks way too much Mountain Dew.
Hey, I just got back from the doctor, and my blood sugar is actually perfectly fine. So
That's impossible. Your doctor is
I've shared in the past. I've shared in the past that when I went to go see you the first time, that I actually, and I was sober, I actually experienced this whole, dark spiritual type of fucking,
because we mean what we play and we mean what we say.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
a big
bullshit.
deal.
You know, we kind of, Jeremy Roskba, a.k.a.
Love that guy.
When we got it together, the whole lightning sword thing, we kind of, you ever hear of Japanese no theater?
Yeah.
That was kind of the approach. Is just you have all these guys that are dressing like pandas and pouring blood all over themselves where they play, but no theater is like kabuki without the makeup. They basically what they did was it was all about the horror of their expressions. They'd just be like, "Ugh," and they didn't need makeup. They didn't need props or demons on stage. I believe that you can invoke a feeling of mystery and horror and revulsion purely on music and atmosphere without chains and scarves and whatever the shit.
Would you agree that because you're genuinely real artist? In other words, I like to claim that I'm an artist, but I'm really not. I'm just a dude that fucking, finds cool shit and plays it for the public.
You're a tastemaker.
You create it, though. Would you agree, though, that for the last, I would say 10 years in the underground American scene, that there's been this whole saturation of just non-creativity, poserism, followism, and would you also agree that this is what inspires you guys to become and create what you have done?
I'm not going to say everything sucks because
I will.
All right, go for it, Jim Cabs.
I find it disturbing that Manowar is charging $100.
That is just ridiculous.
How
That's so
fucking
not
ridiculous,
metal. That's
dude!
not
I saw
metal.
Manowar fucking 83 at the country club, and dude, it was like
Mind
$10.
you, the last time they were here, they played at the Whiskey.
Wait a minute, just real quick. Menno,
which is their second strike.
I need to direct a question to my bass player over here. Menno, how much did you pay for Sade tickets?
Ooh,
but that's different, though.
Yes.
Is it?
It really is.
Is it?
It is.
It is.
Sade.
So you're telling me that Sade's taboo
Actually-
is sweeter than Manowar's?
Yes.
Actually, I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah, I saw
Because that's a whole other. That's a whole other. Listen,
I saw pictures from that show, and it was pretty fucking amazing.
Listen, when you speak of like established artists like fucking Tom Jones, Sade, Sinatra, well, I mean, whatever. You know, Neil Diamond, whatever. There's an elegance to it. There's a true professionalism to it. There's credibility to it.
Absolutely.
Manowar's credible.
Speedos.
Manowar's credible. I mean, not really. You know, Manowar is credible to a certain extent. You know what I mean? They've been around similar to you guys, against the grain, fuck everybody.
True.
But it comes to a point like now with this whole resurgence, with this whole new young generation. And I don't want to insult them because I don't want to be that old guy like, yeah, I saw Zeppelin in 73 at the Forum. No. But there's common sense. When someone's blatantly ripping you fucking off and fucking you in the ass and you're like gleefully going, yes, then there's something wrong. And I think that's what's wrong with that whole thing.
It's unnecessary to charge that much for a ticket to a metal show. And considering that the people that listen to metal are generally working class fucks
Predominantly.
that can barely fucking afford their rent, to ask for the support of your band for these people to not be able to pay their rent is just such a fucking douchebag move. And if that's a huge like metal faux pas for me to say that Manowar are douchebags for charging that much,
well, Iron Maiden charges less. And
how much were t-shirts at that one?
Yeah, dude, you're out like $150. You want to buy a t-shirt? You buy the
and
ticket.
A beer?
You buy a
oh my God.
couple drinks and a t-shirt. Dude,
that's a $300 night. Their shirts were probably like $50.
Yeah. Dude, imagine if he took some chick too.
Oh, forget it.
Dude, 3 more beers.
Well, watch how I masterfully spin this. Midnight Collective is having an amazing show February 28th at the Complex, which is an amazing fucking place. I'm not lying, man. It's comfortable. What a great beer selection. And
tickets are only $50.
God, I hope that.
$50.
That's the down payment.
My neighbor here, that's $50. 10. Are you charging $50?
Apparently, I should be.
$50. You can see the Lightning Surge of Death for $120.
It does come with a meal and
meet and greet,
table service.
Filet mignon, actually.
Ooh. Shroud Eater, Orb Weaver, first time in Los Angeles with the legendary, incredible, and the real deal Lightning Swords of Death, and Ancient Altar, an amazing fucking band.
First show from Ancient Altar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How
Very
much?
Exciting.
How much?
$10.
$10.
For 2 bands that are coming all the way from Florida.
Very reasonable.
That's reasonable.
4 amazing fucking bands.
Florida.
Let me emphasize this. 4 amazing bands with 2 amazing local Southern California bands. $10. For those of you that went to Manowar, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but Lightning Swords of Death actually went on the road with Randy and Sally from Orb Weaver long ago when we was actually Valder, Lightning Swords, and Geigen, which was their band back then.
Wow.
And it's a spectacle to watch the two of them shred.
The musicianship is pretty much mind-blowing.
Well, then this is not only a Jimmy Cab's strong seal of approval, it's a must.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And $250 per band, right? I mean,
there you go.
Breaking it down, doing the math for us.
All right, let's get into some music. Hands off, Jenny, with your lovely hairdo. You look amazing today. Hit it.
Listen. You're in a privileged position to learn a thing or two. Keep your mouth shut and your eyes open.
Johnny, I got to tell you, for those of you that are listening to the show, the in-between dialogue is amazing.
Gems. All gems.
Shit's happening behind the scenes.
Smashing Pumpkins and Lightning Swords of Death. What's that all about? All right. Lost Johnny, what do we hear?
Not the Smashing Pumpkins.
No, never.
No.
Never.
No.
Oh, man. All right. We started the set with Psychic Waters, my personal favorite song from Baphomet Chaosium. Love that song. After that, we heard Condemn Big Business from Nausea from their new record, Condemned to the System. After that, we heard FCDN. Name of that song is called
FCDN Tormentor.
Oh, sorry. You didn't let me finish.
Yeah.
Dick. Disciple of Death from their 84 demo. And did we play Wasted by Def Leppard?
No, we didn't. We had to delete that. Let me make this very clear. There is only one reel. For those of you that know, you recognize and you appreciate, FCDN Tormentor will be on the Very Manic Jimmy Cab show soon. All right. Groundbreaking. That's a great band. All right. I'm very glad to have the Lightning Swords of Death here. Boy, we were having a deep conversation about a lot of shit real quick.
Balls deep.
Balls deep. You're going to be playing the Midnight Collective show with a band called Shroud Eater. I believe we have Janet Valentine on the phone. Janet, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the Very Mad Jimmy Cab show.
Hey, thank you for having me.
You know what? I'm really excited to see you play because as I believe I'm correct, this is the first time you've played in Southern California?
Yeah, sure is. This is the first time that we go out so far west.
And you are on tour right now as we speak, correct?
Yeah, we're on tour right now. We're in the van en route to Austin to play tonight.
Nice. And you've been around since what, 2009?
We have been Shroud Eater since, about 2009. Mm-hmm.
So why is it that you haven't come to the West Coast?
I mean, so many variables involved: money, work, time, knowing the right people to help us get there. And may I inject some Midnight Collective praise and worship?
There you go.
And if it hadn't been for this young man, I don't think we would have been able to get this far, actually.
Yeah, you know what? Let me say this real quick. I think that your band is incredible. I'm looking forward to seeing you play live February 28th at the Complex.
Thank you very much.
What an incredible fucking show. Shroud Eater, Orb Weaver, Lightning Swords of Death, and Ancient Altar.
Ridiculously excited.
Do you feel that in this current time that we're in, I asked this of a band called The Mortals, which also played for Midnight Collective.
Oh, yeah. We played with them in Miami. They're fucking great.
Let me ask you this, and I don't mean to sound sexist, but do you find yourself that when female-oriented underground extreme metal bands are playing, do you find any form of backlash or
discrimination?
Discrimination?
Maybe not so much discrimination. I think there's a lot of hesitation, perhaps in the beginning, when people don't really know who you are, where you come from, what you're going to play. You know what I mean? But I think once you start playing and people kind of get over the fact that, yes, you have a pair of tits, and who fucking cares, you know?
I do.
That is so well put. That is really so well put.
Except you probably sit there and play with your tits, which is great.
Would you agree that there's way too much emphasis on stupid shit like that? And really, at the end of the day, when the band gets up on stage and starts jamming, that's really what matters, right?
Yeah, it does, obviously. But, I mean, obviously there's going to be some sort of interest in a way. Everybody sees a woman. Obviously, it's a very male-dominated genre, So, although now I've noticed that there's a lot more women involved in extreme music, be it, Doom, especially Doom, I think. A lot of vocalists.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of bands that are comprised of women, like Mortals, and, they'll look like they're going to kill you. You know what I mean? Like, you don't fuck with them.
No.
And that's awesome. I don't know. I don't know if it's such a big thing. We haven't really dealt with much, Every now and again you get really dumb fucking comments, but it's not the norm, which is cool. I think a lot of people are past that.
Let me be very forward with you, because, I mean, even me asking you that is very stupid. But the reason why I asked you, though, is because...
God, you're so dumb.
Yeah, no, really, for real. Yep. The Mortals made that very clear to me when I interviewed them. But
she should get a shirt that says "Fuck Jimmy Cabs."
Oh, I'm going to give her a shirt that says
please.
"Fuck Jimmy Cabs."
Okay, good. Thank you.
But the reason why I asked that is because I find it interesting. Like when a band in this genre gets on stage and they're setting up, right?
Right.
And it's in here in Los Angeles, it's predominantly like male oriented. They're fixated on the physical, right? They're all drooling.
Right. Yeah.
But then when they start playing, there's a transition that happens where it's like every male there is neutered, and then everybody is like in a Nazi camp headbang. You know what I mean?
That's exactly.
Well, Jimmy,
that's the fun part. I think initially there's plenty of judgment placed on any band really that gets up on stage. Most people are so fixated on stupid shit like what someone's wearing or not wearing, and then immediately it's like gear geek shit, like, oh, well, this cabin, I don't like this band because I'm not in agreement with, I hate fucking Ampeg or whatever, like dumb shit.
Everybody's
already, what's that?
Let me ask you this, though. How do you feel about bands or female-oriented or fronted bands, like, say, for instance, like, like Doro or what other have you, that they not only advertise and promote their sexuality, but they go overboard with, like, the exposed titties and all that shit. How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I
just be truthful.
Honestly, I'm old.
We're real here.
I am not of that new, like, thought where it's empowering to be a slut or whatever. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Like
Camille Paglia feminism?
No, not really. I'm older now, and when I grew up and I was part of now, like, that wasn't my thing. Like, you own your shit, you own your sexuality, you're comfortable with who you are, but I don't really necessarily feel that, you should exploit yourself and fucking show your tits. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna play your fucking guitar, play your fucking guitar. Like,
right on. Yeah.
Nobody needs to see your fucking nipples. Put them away. Show them to whoever you're fucking.
You know what? I don't mean to bash those artists, those female artists, but you know what? I appreciate that.
Hey, you know what? That's good for them. And hey, if you get to see their tits, then who's winning?
Right. You know what though? I appreciate that, and I think this is why you are on my radar. Shroud Eater. They have a new release called Dead Ends. Los Angeles. And the rest of the world. Los Angeles, they are coming. This is a Midnight Collective show with the Lightning Swords of Death, Orb Weaver, and Ancient Altar. The Complex. Feel free to tell us, right, Avery?
Yeah. $10 for two amazing bands from Florida.
Jimmy,
y'all coming all the way out here.
About the women in metal thing. And, like, are you saying that, like, men aren't used to getting screamed at by a chick? Because I think nothing is more natural to me as a man than having a woman, like, menace him and scream venom. Like, that's like my entire fucking life, dude. So I'm pretty sure just out of PA. Yeah.
I'm gonna be real honest with all of you. I mean, I grew up in the metal scene where, like, like bands like Hellion and Bitch, and they used the sexuality. It was great. I loved it. Right. But I mean, it's 2014. I think that I admire bands that have female members in them, that they're not relying on that sexuality. Because I think now in 2000, and I'm not bashing the bands that are around now. I don't want to mention names, but I'm not.
No, I know. I mean,
who you're talking about.
But I think I think it's kind of like similar to like what you deal with in the black metal scene, Farron and Line Swords. It's dead. It's done. I like seeing bands like Shroud Eater. They get up and you know what? Oh, they have they have females. Whatever.
Yeah.
And they bash it out.
What? Who gives a fat shit?
Yeah. There you go.
It's all about the music anyway. If you're fucking real,
it's all about being real.
Exactly.
Let's listen to some Shroud Eater. Los Angeles. This is cool. Shroud Eater. Hands off, Jenny. Hit it. Los Angeles. That was Shroud Eater. Johnny, what did we hear?
You heard fucking Shroud Eater. Fuck. Tempest, Dead Ends, badass.
Yeah, that's a track that is off their new album, Dead Ends. Is that correct, Janet? Hello.
Listener.
Do we have her on the line? Hey, Janet, you there? Hello.
Listener, you were on the air.
She hung up. We offended.
All right.
Dead Air's deadly on the radio.
You see what you've done again?
Was it that Vanity fucking 6 Prince story?
He's totally fucked it up, man. Come back.
Can we get Janet on the line again? All right. Let me tell you about Shroud Eater. Shroud Eater. Beth, why don't you tell us that Vanity 6 story?
I believe it's Jeanette, by the way.
I'm sorry. Well, I'm from East LA, dude. It's okay. It's
Well, we were discussing during the song that the reason that Vanity 6 is called Vanity 6, because we were discussing my love for Detroit, like funky R&B of the Prince family, but they named him Prince named him Vanity 6 because there were 6 titties in the band. He said, I'm going to call you Vanity 6.
Well, I can guarantee you that if you tell that story to Shroud Eater, you might get a fucking iron Motorhead fest, right? Hello?
I just jumped on the call right now. Call drop. Sorry. I heard Vanity 6.
Do you like Vanity 6?
Are we talking about like old Vanity 6?
As in, tonight, don't you want to dance with me? Do you think I'm a sexy
nasty girl?
Yeah.
Nasty girl. Nasty world. Yes, of course I remember that. I'm old.
Listen, you know what? I got to tell you, we love Shroud Eater here, man. That was a sick track we heard. Talk to me about the album. Is the album out now?
Yes, the album is out now. Actually, just released on vinyl, and it was released last year on cassette and CD. So now we have fancy new vinyl to sell on tour, which has been pretty awesome.
Now, let me ask you this. You're from Florida, correct?
From Miami, born and raised.
Okay, now, that's interesting. Miami
305.
Miami Sound Machine.
Super weird.
I rep 305. I rep CC.
Now, in all seriousness, you know, there was a time in underground history where Florida had like this flourishing underground death metal scene going on.
I love that old 90s Florida scene. Floor, Cavity.
Does that influence your band now?
I think it influences a lot of Miami bands now. Yeah, it's still very, very prominent in the Miami music. I hate to use the word scene, but scene, you know?
Right.
Is there an obituary cover band of all women that's called Obituary?
Obituary, yeah.
Is there?
Is that really true? Because I've heard of that.
I've never seen them, but I know that it exists.
Wow.
Oh, I would love to see that.
Dude, Ryan, get him out here.
All right.
Get him out here.
Right?
My next task.
Now, no, I'm serious. I've heard that there actually is.
That's why I'm asking a Floridian about this.
Wow, I would love to see that.
Me too.
We're going to have to Google this shit.
I'm really looking forward to seeing you out here on the West Coast. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in Los Angeles. I think what you're doing is fucking awesome. I love the new record.
Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it.
I don't want to go into the whole sexist thing. I just had to ask that because it's obviously 2014.
No, it's cool.
It's relevant. But this is what I want to emphasize the most. You guys are truly real deal underground road dogs because you're on the road right now.
We sure fucking are.
You know, and you're out there with Orb Weaver, and you're going to be playing here in Los Angeles with the Lightning Swords of Death and Ancient Altar.
They're awesome. That's super special.
Oh, thank you.
And you know what?
Yeah.
And you know what?
Someone that appreciates and recognizes
at the same
it.
time.
Yeah.
Because that's dangerous.
Are you sharing a vehicle
Put that
with
phone
Orb
down
Weaver?
if you're driving.
Oh, my God, no.
You're not? Okay.
They're caravanning.
No. I don't know. There's way too much shit to have to carry around. There's a lot of bodies and a lot of equipment. So
have you guys ventured off to Europe or South America?
No, but we want to. That's definitely like a long-term goal here, you know?
Right.
That's a whole different set of, you know, plans for God knows when. We're baby steps. We're finally going to fucking California.
Yeah,
you know
cancel.
what I mean?
Let them get out here first before they go to Europe.
Well,
gosh, jeez.
You know what? I'm excited, man. I'm excited. All right, let me mention this show here. Tuesday, Kim's Sports Bar and Grill in Riverside. This is the fucking wasteland of fucking...
It's like right out of Mad Max.
Otherwise, you are in business.
But this is awesome.
There's a lot of meth in Riverside.
This is awesome, though. This is awesome because there's a fledgling true underground scene going on there, man, and this is awesome. Shroud Eater, Orb Weaver, Trapped Within Burning Machinery. This is fucking one of the leading bands out of the Inland Empire. I love this fucking band.
They're like one of the only bands out of the Inland Empire.
You know what? This is the real deal right here. And the Death Kings. Make sure you go check out Shroud Eater on Tuesday at Kim's Sports Bar and Grill in Riverside. And let's not forget, of course, the monumental show here in Southern California. Shroud Eater, Orb Weaver, Lightning Swords of Death, Ancient Altar. This is at the Complex. This is Friday, February 28th. We're giving away a pair of tickets. Make sure you go and check it out. I want to thank you so much. I believe I mispronounced your name. Is it Janet or Janet?
Whatever you want. Jeanette.
You know what? I love you. You're cool.
You call me Jan. Call me whatever the fuck you want.
I'm going to say it all Frenchy style when I see you. I'm going to be
Jeanette.
Jeanette.
Oh, that's great.
You're awesome.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on and spreading so much love about us because, we're out here for a reason,
Yeah, you know what? In all honesty, the fact that you're out touring, doing it old school style, man, that's fucking awesome. It really is. Any band that has the balls to get on the van and just go through this grueling United States. I mean, Lightning Swords, you guys know.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh. Why the hell would you want to put yourself through this shit,
Yeah,
right?
what are you crazy? Oh, God,
What's wrong
why?
with you?
Just because we like the smell of musty balls.
Oh, God.
Musty balls.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
I want to thank you.
I cannot agree with you there.
But really, you do.
That's all.
He's awesome, dude. I love this guy.
Gold Bond.
Balls are on your plate.
How can people pick up your new record, sweetheart?
Well, we are obviously selling it on tour, and we're selling online also. Our website is shroudeaterrocks.com, and we're on the Space, Facebook, whatever bullshit, on the Bandcamp. So, yeah, you can get stuff online from us, T-shirts and koozies and records and tapes and hugs.
Let me emphasize this. It's very important, especially here, for those of you that are going to these Southern California shows, it's very important to buy band merch. Please.
Yes, it is.
Please buy band merch. So, like, when I ask you for a free shirt, I hope there's like 10 dudes buying shit. But, seriously.
There you go.
This is the survival to the underground bands. Buy them all.
I'm going to give you a small tank top. You're going to have to deal with it.
Oh, yeah. So you're doing a favor for all of us with that.
There you go.
I am going to objectify the fuck out of your tits.
Yeah, speaking of tits, Jimmy's got some great ones.
Oh, yeah. I'm at a C cup right now. I want to thank you so much for being on the Very Mad at Jimmy Cab show.
Right on. Thank you so much for having me.
Shroud Eater.
I'll see you guys soon.
Yeah.
Drive safe.
Safe travels.
Right.
This is a great band, dude. Shroud Eater.
Oh, I'm stoked to play with them.
Orb Weaver.
Another great band.
Lightning Swords of Death and Ancient Altar. February 28th at the Complex. You know what? I don't give a fuck what anybody says. All that hoopla about Manowar and you guys are paying $100, you guys are out of your fucking minds. If you paid $100 to be at that fucking ripoff show, you could pay $10 to see a really true, credible underground show.
Yeah, a real show. If Farron oils up, shows his muscles off.
Totally.
I'm greasing it from head to toe.
He's got a smaller Speedo, too.
It's way, way smaller.
No soundproof
We're
curtains.
thinking
though.
loincloths.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go.
Just let's digress real quick.
Let's digress. We were going a little. We've been talking about man balls and loincloths. It's getting musty.
really, like $100. Like, Johnny, help me out here. Is it just me because I'm
No,
getting older?
it's not you. It's me. It's disgusting. I mean, fucking curtains. Come on, man.
It's not understanding their market. They're ignoring who their demographic is.
Would you agree? Because you're an
No,
artist.
they're raping their demographic.
I think they're raping their demographic.
much.
They're like, you know what? Fuck you guys. You've ignored me for decades. I'm going to rape it in now. And these young kids, they don't even know.
They love it.
You know, like that. Do you remember like Pink Floyd, The Wall, the movie, when like the kids are walking into the meat grinder?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I phantom. That's what I thought about.
Well, let me play devil's advocate here. On the other
Please
side,
do. Oh.
there's Manowar. They're not a huge band, right? They're probably not making millions and millions and millions of dollars from record sales because nobody is anymore. They're getting a little older. They're not, they're in their 20s or 30s
trust
anymore.
me, bro. They're getting they're familiar with Metamucil just like
they're
I
going to
am.
pick up rape as a
Well, where else are you? They're not going to get day jobs because who'd hire those guys? They're creepy.
They have glistening muscles. Come on.
I'm actually looking for a job right now. So you're saying I'm unemployable too?
Well, do you oil
How cool
yourself
would it
up?
be if Manowar was your personal trainer?
There you go. That's like the only...
Sorry, guys, I can't take this job. I got 3 o'clock waxing. It's just, it's not happening.
I'm not defending them either, but that's the only reason that I can think of why they would be doing that, aside from being completely gready assholes.
But you know what? There comes a point in time where, like, for instance, like you guys, I hope you, if you don't agree with this, please, by all means. There comes a point in time when you're underdogs, underground, and then let's just say, you hit that pivotal point where the underground and this whole new demographic gets what you're doing. I mean, I get it. You want to be appreciative, and at the same time, you want to make some dough. But, dude, $100? I mean,
yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
How many shows is Manowar doing in the States? Two.
I have no
two
idea.
shows.
Two.
Okay, that I'm beginning to see a
yeah, but even when we
more
opened up
complete
for
picture.
Immortal, they didn't charge $100, and they had to fly out from Norway.
No, but
they only did two.
They did sell
And let's
their
mention
shirts
that
for like
you did
30
open up for Immortal.
Yeah,
I got the
ago.
shirts. The shirts were roughly around the 30-ish.
$30 shirts. And how much was the ticket? 50?
50 that time. The time before about 70, but it was way more
It
worth
was
it.
70?
Abbott does the crab walk.
I know. I'm just
No,
saying.
he does the crab mill. He does the windmill and
I
the
know.
crab
I'm
walk.
saying
It's a combination windmill crab walk while playing guitar.
You know what? I don't want to fucking ruin the experience for whoever went to Manowar and
I'm
paid
sure
that.
it was awesome.
I'm sure they had a great time.
Counselor, I just looked up the Manowar tour dates from the Pomona before. They played 6 shows.
Oh, 6.
Okay.
I stand corrected.
All right, now they're
Actually,
total
I sit
douchebags
correct.
again because it was 2 shows. I understand.
Now
They
they're back to
need
rapists.
millions of dollars.
And that's like Sabbath tickets too, right? Black Sabbath charges like
That's
100,
Black
120
Sabbath.
Yeah, but that's Sharon, and she was born of greed.
But still, would you agree though? I mean, it's like
It's sad that it
I
has
would
to come
bitch
to
and
that.
complain, but it's Sabbath. Manowar.
Yeah, no, I can understand Sabbath, even
It's
though I don't
slightly
agree.
more.
but
And you know
Manowar-
what? Let me correct myself. I think I think that any artist who has a following, whether it's credible and consecutive, or an artist that started off and then for whatever trend or whatever, and now there's a resurrection, there's a responsibility, man. There really, really is. You should really appreciate the fact that the old school fucking dug your shit. They loved your shit. They're coming out to it. And then if you have like this resurrection, there's like this new school, you know what? You should love that too, man. But there should be a responsibility. There should be
I agree.
There should be some sort of like compassion, because remember, when you were headbanging in your bedroom in the mirror, there was only you. And now there's like hundreds or thousands or millions. Be fair. Be fair. The young kids, they don't know what's up. I mean, I don't want to sound like a dick and talk shit about the young. They don't know what's up. They're in a frenzy, dude. Manowar, oh yeah, awesome. They don't know.
Wait a minute, do you really think there's going to be a lot of young people at that show?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
I would say,
Mommy and Daddy got to buy them tickets, man.
Grandpa's out of it over
Farron,
here.
I would say 80% of those fucking people.
Really?
I would say that. Oh, yeah. 80%. Because, like, are you going to... Dude, listen.
Never even crossed my mind.
You look amazing. I don't know what kind of fucking moisturizer you use. You look amazing. All you guys do. I don't know what kind of fucking exfoliator you use. But here's the deal. I know I wouldn't pay $100. No. Even if I had it, I wouldn't pay $100. I know you guys wouldn't.
I know I didn't.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
You know, it's a frenzy.
Uncle Roskva did.
Oh,
that's right.
Did he?
Did he really?
Jeremy's not here because he's recovering.
I gotta get it.
Yes.
I gotta get exclusive with that motherfucker.
This conversation, had he been here today instead of moving into his new apartment, this would be a totally different
Very
conversation.
Very.
You'd have some severe counterpoint.
All right, let's also mention Heavy Tuesdays. Heavy Tuesdays, does that feature Roscoe on a regular basis?
Not on a regular basis, but both Inverted Chris and
he
Roscoe.
can buy me a beer at Footsie's.
Can enjoy the DJ
sometimes him,
styling.
sometimes me.
Actually, there's going to be a special Heavy Tuesday this Tuesday. It's going to be the birthday celebration of one of the DJs, Tom Neely. Who does,
Tom
Happy birthday,
Neely.
Tom.
Who does the Henry and Glenn Forever comics. And a swell dude.
Love that.
Wouldn't you like to see
Amazing
that animated?
artist.
I got to get him in here.
Oh,
I would love the animated Glenn and Henry would be
one day I will.
so cool.
I would.
plays the banjo.
I would take that task. I'd help him animate that if we wanted to go that route.
John Schnepp, I'm looking at you right now, wherever you are, and saying that when you're done with what happened to the Nicolas Cage Superman, you need to make an animated Glenn and Henry Forever.
Bam.
And
About
let me
Satir and
just say
Frost.
that I love Danzig, and I know that and Danzig has been very kind to Lightning Swords of Death. But
has he really?
Yeah, true. But dude, he gets really mad about it, and I think that you can practice ritual magic and Satanism and have a sense of humor. About yourself. I think it actually. I mean, let's be really clear. You ever hear about the cackling of witches?
Absolutely.
It's because after a spell, when you're done an occult working, when you're doing ritual magic, laughter is a huge part of it.
It actually
is. If
is.
someone made a comic of me fucking another man who is in another band, I would laugh my ass off. So I find it hard to believe you can't find that funny. But I fucking love Sam Hain and Misfits and Danzig, and I also love Henry and Glenn Forever. And it's I don't think I'd be able to love it if I didn't have tremendous love for all of Glenn. And Glenn is such fucking solid man, and fucking to put him in that situation
it makes
is
it that much
hilarious.
better.
It makes it that much better.
I think what really needs to be expressed is if you're seriously subversive or satanic or what have you, rebellious or what have you, anything can be interpreted and regurgitated offensively. And you got to see fucking humor in it, man. Because that's what
If
it's
you
all
can't
about.
laugh at yourself, I personally need to be able to laugh at everyone.
Right,
And I'm a
right.
shit-talking motherfucker.
There's nothing sacred, man.
What comes with that is you have to be able to laugh at yourself. And if you can't laugh at yourself, then go fuck yourself. You can't laugh at anyone else.
Then they're an angry panda.
I love fucking jokes, man.
Because they don't have self-humor, which is another lack in their music. If you don't have self-humor, how can you make music that is...
Here's the deal. You can't portray yourself to be this like extreme, underground, rebellious, subversive artist, and then have this ego that comes with it. No.
Pandas, by the way, are sad. I mean, they won't even fuck to procreate and keep their own species alive. They're like, there's Ping Pong and Ling Ling are black metal as fuck because they're sitting in their urine-soaked cage. While hairless
Stale
apes
bamboo.
point at them, eating soggy, stale bamboo, and their like eyes are falling out of their head. They're fucking inbred as fuck because there's not enough of them for them to not be inbred.
Let's not forget the orca whales that
And
are
they're
in captive
like,
in San Diego.
Ping Pong, do you want to have sex so we could continue existing? No, I don't want you. I don't want to exist anymore. So I mean, that is so
That is Hail Satan at its finest.
misanthropic. That is the most misanthropic thing. Is the truest of the black metal like philosophy is like you don't even fuck because the idea of fucking a woman and making another human life, you might as well just go to church.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Man,
I mean,
you just talked me out
I
of this
sell
band.
every time. There you go. Like, I sell out every time you get into bed with a girl because you possibly one little fucking tadpole might get in there and make another horrible,
wretched
filthy,
spawn,
wretched human being to fucking a cancer on this world. So that's why when Gaul from Gorgoroth, a lot of people like to talk shit on Gorgoroth. I actually like Galgoroth. I don't really like the stuff he did afterwards, but I like Gorgoroth with Gal, and I found that when he came out about being gay, I'm like, dude, you're the most fucking black motherfucker I've ever seen, dude.
So how do you feel about what's going on in Arizona with that bullshit? How do you? I mean, because
wait. Remind me. Are you talking about Juarez, Mexico?
No. The legislator, the anti-gay legislator.
Fuck all that shit, dude.
How ridiculous is that, right? No, seriously.
Well, it doesn't make any sense.
I mean,
I don't understand.
I'm not talking from like a whole,
I have no idea. No, we are pro-gay as fuck. Lightning Swords of Death is like,
wait a minute,
dudes, fuck each other.
Except for Chris, he's a homophobe, but everybody else is.
That's because he's got some things.
I don't watch the news, man. I don't even know what's going on.
Like, did you not hear the talk about dicks and balls earlier?
Like,
I mean, how could you not hear?
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. You know what I'm saying? And anyone that pisses off Christians, which are fucking scum, are my friends. So I'll fucking load up a fucking assault rifle and stand with the gays on any day.
You know what? The fact
there's nothing more black metal than fucking men in the ass.
I think you guys should start a side band.
I'm from Maryland.
You guys should start a star band called Lightning Swords of Dicks.
In all seriousness though, if you're, I'm being serious. If you are a subversive person, if you want to rebel about the hypocrisy and the bullshit that exists not only in this country, worldwide, it's like, cut it out already. I mean, around the world, they're literally going against arms. Venezuela. Where else, Johnny?
Ukraine.
Okay, in America, I'm surprised this hasn't happened. The legislation that's going on.
Because we still have it too easy. We still have our.
You know what it is? We have the fucking air conditioning. We have the Walmart.
It's not bad enough yet.
The Russian shit with the Pussy Riot and everything. Like I get so fucking mad. I'm like, Cold War Part 2.
I still don't know what we're talking.
He literally is
he
like
lives on a different
15
planet.
years behind. Literally.
No news.
No news, no
media.
Idea what happened. We just told him that we had a black president.
He freaked out.
What? But what I'm saying here is that, like, I don't know if you're aware of it, but they're beginning to think warp drive is feasible. And NASA has a laboratory right now dedicated to warp drive.
Listen, I'm aware of a lot of
this
things.
is happening. And so I was thinking the other day, because everything that we're talking about, it goes back to people being really insecure with the horror of being alive.
Yeah.
When you realize that you exist in this, potentially non-existent holographic multiverse that we're possibly in, like
possibly,
it creates.
Definitely.
I don't know if we're actually in it.
That sounds cool.
But you're fucking. I'm gonna get so Agent Cole on you right now, dude. Okay. That was a True Detective reference for those
I've never seen it.
Are not in the know. It's absolute terror which drives people to become a monotheist, religious zealot, because it's that you're given this safety rape blanket when you're born. Cocoa in a rape blanket. The cop comes and puts it around your shoulders. It's okay. And they don't because of this rape blanket called religion. You miss the splendor and the glory and the real spiritual connection with the wonder of the universe, of the multiverse, and you retard that potential wonder, and instead you make
your world very small.
You live in a crazy fiction,
tiny.
So big. Why I bring up the warp drive? When I started realizing that, holy fucking shit. It literally is. Every bit of science fiction is a sigil towards the future. We're basically we're writing the future
Star Trek
as we
for
go.
reals,
It's
bro.
all for real.
So that means we could colonize just metalheads, like a metal planet.
That means I could fuck a green bitch somewhere down the line.
True that.
Rape blankets aside.
Rape blankets aside. I think.
Give me my metal planet.
I think that we should have a rule. Like, let's say in about 50 years, We're mining helium-3 on every moon in our solar system. We have a warp drive. We're fucking Star Trekking. I think we should go, oh, no. We are absolutely respecting Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. We believe that you believe that this is true, and we because you believe this is true, you are not allowed off the gift God has given you, Earth.
Yes.
You have to stay on Earth.
Boom.
We're leaving. You won.
Boom.
You're right. We're wrong. There's a fucking hateful, vengeful
Later.
God with a dick fucking judging you and watching you all day long. The pancreate won. We're fucking fleeing. We're gonna take over the
Pods.
space. You
Living
have
in
to
pods.
stay. We're gonna build a cage around the Earth, and you're not allowed to leave. Otherwise, our
Wasn't
drone
this how,
fighters will destroy you.
Wasn't this how America was founded in the first place? Yeah, hello.
It all tied together.
I have a
We're
feeling,
sailing the
Karen,
deep dark sea, man.
I predict that in about 100 years, there's going to be a dollar bill universal with your image on it.
Yeah. All right. I'll
That's
drink
a
to
different
that.
dimension of the multiverse.
With him fucking a dude.
In the meantime, for you fucking measly earthlings, February 28th at the Complex. This is brought to you by the Midnight Collective. Ryan Avery, you did an amazing job. Thank you for being here on the show.
We love
Thank
Ryan.
you for having us.
Shroud Eater. Yeah, let's give a hand for Ryan. He does a great job, man. Shroud Eater, Orb Weaver, the highly respected by the underground, truly subversive. Lightning Swords of Death.
Boom.
And the Ancient Altar. This is at the Complex. There, you know what? If you spend a fucking $100 to go see fucking Manowar, you could spend $10 to go see some real.
That also
underground
means
music.
you could bring 10 friends to come see.
Right,
Absolutely.
right. If you
Or spend
spend
$100
Please
at the bar.
bring 10 friends.
A lot of those Manowar people right now are like busted. I don't know. I don't think they're going to be there. I think they're going to be like at home selling their shit on eBay.
Well, let me
Well,
just
by
say
the end of the
this:
week,
if you
then,
spend $100 to go see Manowar, and if you don't have $10 to see fucking a true underground show, then you should feel ashamed of yourself. Like, what a dick!
What a false metal.
Well, they won't have to pay for gas if they start walking now.
Maybe we should have like maybe we should have shuttles.
There we go. That's the next step.
Since you guys are stupid enough to get raped by Manowar, we're going to provide you some underground shuttles. But all right, for reals, February 28th, Midnight Collective, Shroud Eater, Orb Weaver, Lightning Swords of Death, Ancient Altar. Let's not forget, this is going on. Also, are you affiliated with that show in Ventura?
Ventura.
Riverside.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, totally.
I'm on.
Well, you know,
Warp-
set up that tour for that
Warp-
band, so-
I'm on Warp Drive.
Hey, Jimmy, did you ever go to Spanky's in Riverside back in the day?
No.
Did you hear of it?
I've heard of it.
It was this weird pizza. Ryan, do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
There used to be this like pizza place
Monstros.
deep in fucking Riverside.
That's in Chico, bro.
I know.
It was called Spanky's Cafe, and only us older fucks know about it. But that place used to have. I'm talking. It was like the size of this fucking studio, and I saw Bolt Thrower play there, touring War Master. I saw fucking
Nice.
Entombed there. I saw Morbid Angel there. I saw fucking a shit ton of bands, and
Did they charge $100?
no, they spent. It was like a $7 fucking amazing metal show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
those
what
were
the
the
underground's
days.
all
Great
about.
show.
Breaking the bank.
Let's mention this. February 25th, Shroud Eater, Orb Weaver. This is an amazing band from fucking Moreno Valley. Trapped Within Burning Machinery and the Death Kings. Make sure you get out to that.
Oh, Counselor, there's a show tonight. It's a celebration of our friend, Michelle, from Panties. It's at the Joint. Let's not hold her nose for
I
that
hate
one.
the Joint.
I hate it too. It's too far. But it's Eat the Living, Panties, and a bunch of other bands. So that should be tonight. So it's for Michelle's birthday.
All right.
Little shout out for that. And to her.
I want to thank Farron and the Lightning Swords of Death for being here. Fucking A, man. I don't know why
Thank you.
you guys are not on the Maryland Death Fest. You should
Well,
be.
now we're
Because we're
definitely not going to
fucking
be on
cool.
it.
Let me just say this. Let me just say
Don't
this.
give a fuck.
Let me just say this. In all sincerity, you guys are indeed one of the leading American black metal bands that have been paving the way, not recently, for years.
Thank you.
True.
You have some amazing music, and your philosophy and the fact that you guys are, let me emphasize this, real, genuine human beings. And what I mean by that is I've interacted with you guys socially when we're on the scene. you're not doing that whole
Angry Panda.
black metal fucking, Boris
Pandas.
Karloff.
Pandas. That would be really fake, wouldn't it?
Oh, dude, I love the fact that you guys are real dudes. I love the fact that you guys are real human beings. I love the fact that you guys are involved in society, in relationships. You're approachable. You can talk to you. You're human beings. But when you get on stage, then it becomes an entity that is the real deal in the underground. And that is the epitome of real shit. And that is why I call you guys the revolutionary MC5 of the American black metal scene. I stand.
We kick out the jams.
You may laugh at that, but I stand by that. I stand by that statement.
A sticker on our next release. It'll say Jimmy Cab says.
Hey,
we're gonna make that a one-liner. The MC5 of black metal.
I love it, man. And you know what? If people don't get it, then fuck them. Because true music, it takes a while for people to get.
They don't get it till they get it.
Exactly. With that, I want to thank everybody for listening. Hands off, Jenny. Thank you very much. See ya.
Man lives in the sunlit world of what he believes to be reality. But there is, unseen by most, an underworld, a place that is just as real, but not as brightly lit. A dark side.